Hello, and welcome to my first video on this channel, besides the stop motion content that I make. This is going to be a gaming predictions video for the Rainbow Six Siege 2022 Six Invitational. If you don't know what it is, which if you're watching it you probably are, or do know what it is the 20 best teams in the world, pro teams, get together into one tournament and compete to be the winner, be the best in the world. I'm going to be doing a tier list on it, and I'll explain the format once I get there. Alright, the format here is out in groups. There's 4 groups. I'll tell you the groups, and out of those 4 groups, there's 5 teams in each group. In each group, one team will be eliminated after a group stage, where each team will play each other within 5 days, and whoever has the lowest amount of points will get kicked out of the tournament. The teams consist of Group A being M&M, the Sonics, Sandbox Gaming, Empire, and Ninjas in Pajamas. Group B was Cyclops, FaZe, Rogue, Space Station, and Liquid. Group C is Dark Zero, Elevate, Furia, BDS, and TSM, which is my personal favorite team. And lastly, Group D is Danwon Kia, MIBR, M&M Gaming, Navi, and Oxygen. There is 6 LATAM teams which are known for being better than all the other teams, all the other regions. There's 5 European, 5 North American, and there's 4 APAC teams. The APAC teams were known for being not so good, and now they're making kind of a comeback. Danwon Kia is really good, and Sandbox Gaming is really good, and the other 2 will have to kind of prove themselves. But today I'm just going to be ranking what I think, I don't know how the standings are gonna go. SI's tomorrow. I'm really hyped for it, and I don't know. I just thought it'd be a good opportunity to start my channel. Well, the way the standings works, like I told you, the 4 teams will get eliminated, 1 from each group, and then the top team will not have to play the first day of playoffs. The second place team in each group will be able to pick a third place team to verse, and whoever loses that game will be versing the 4th place team. And as I said, 5th place team, they're out of the tournament. Alright, I'm going to start with the teams I think will get out in groups, who will get eliminated and not make the playoffs after the first 5 days. I think the first one that will be getting out is Navi. I don't think they're the worst team on this list, but I don't know. Out of their group, Oxygen, they look pretty strong. I don't know. Team 1's really good. Danwon Kia can possibly win the entire tournament, and Navi just haven't been in shape. They won the first season of Pro League. They won the first season in Europe, but there was no major because SI filled in for that last year's 6 Invitational, and after that they just have underperformed, and I don't think they're going to be able to perform in this group against the other teams. The next team I think that will be getting out in groups is Elevate. Elevate, they just haven't really been into any international events. They got first place in stage 1, and that's how they got all their points, just like Navi. But Navi at least made it to one of the majors and got out in groups. Elevate got so close both times, but got knocked out and were not able to make it to the international events. So, I mean, they're kind of a question mark. They're really aggressive, and I think they could do good. The next team that I think will be getting out, I don't know. It's a rough one. It's either between M&M or Sonics, in my opinion, because they've got a good group. Ninjas in Pajamas, M&M Gaming, Empire, Sandbox, and Sonics. That's just a hard group to call, but I put Sonics. They just haven't proven themselves, and I have faith in M&M Gaming. I feel like they could, if they really push through, work hard. They have potential because Tyron is really good. He got the kill record recently in a best of 3, and this tournament's gonna be full of best of 3s. They have some LAN experience. As in Nilo, he used to play on Navi a long time ago, and Uzis, he's also been on the team for a long time. He's very experienced. Not as experienced as Nilo, though. Then the other two, they're good, but Neo, I feel like, has to just prove himself, and this is the perfect opportunity for him to prove it and make it out of the group stage. The last team I think that will be getting out is Cyclops. This is kind of a wild card to me because they didn't even make it to the second major. The first major, they were really, really close, and they got into a tiebreaker, the first tiebreaker in Siege history, against Team 1, and Team 1 ended up winning the tournament after they beat Cyclops. They made it to playoffs and won everything. But yeah, they did really bad in the first SI. They were out in groups, and I don't know if I have faith in them, but not enough in their group, which is the group of death, as people call it. FaZe Clan, they were really good. They won the last major. Liquid, they didn't make it to the last major, but they're back. They won LATAM Pro League finals. Rogue is a bit of a wild card to me. I think either Rogue or Cyclops will be out. Rogue is either going to do really, really good this tournament or really, really bad this tournament. So I just think Cyclops will be out. Oh, and Space Station, they're the best North American team right now. So sorry. Okay, early exit. I'm gonna put four teams in this as well. I think that M&M will be the first team here. These are not ranked. I'll rank them in order in each tier list at the end and what I think, but I think M&M just aren't experienced. They haven't been to any international events besides Nilo, and I don't know. They're either going to do really bad and get out of groups, or they're going to do really good, and I'm just not sure. I have faith in them to make it out of groups at least, but not enough faith to make it farther. Next team I think is getting out would be Dark Zero. I think Dark Zero has potential. They've got a good roster. They got Canadian. NGR is really good. Hyper, really good fragger. Clips, he's good. And then Pambazoo, he's new talent, and he's also pretty good. I mean, their team theoretically can be really good. They just need more time together, and I think they could have had enough time together to make it far. But just because the other teams that are here, I'm going to put Dark Zero in early exit. MIBR, first LATAM team getting out. You can't really see it well, but they're there. MIBR, I think, they have a chance. I mean, they're LATAM, so they're obviously good. And they got third place in the last SI, but didn't make it to any other international competition yet this year, besides SI, which was like 9 months ago. So I don't know. They look shaky in the close qualifier when they made it through, and I don't really have much faith in them, but they could do good. Sorry. Oh, this next one's just rough. The rest of the teams here I feel like are pretty good. I probably have to put Sandbox. Sandbox is good. I feel like they could get far, but just I'm a little biased towards TSM. I feel like TSM could get out early, but I don't want to put them out early because I'm a big fan of them. But I feel like TSM could even beat this team. I feel like TSM could beat most of these teams, just not really the LATAM teams. I don't think they can beat Empire right now. I don't think they can beat Daewon Kia right now. But I think Sandbox Gaming, I think, I don't know, they're just an APAC team. Speaking, APAC teams are kind of on a rise right now, but look at all the other teams that are left. They're really good. And I feel like Sandbox is just not as good as some of these other teams. But they do have potential. They could beat some of these other teams. They'll just have to prove it. Next team I'm going to put on this list is probably Rogue. Oh, no, I'm going to put Furia first. Furia, I feel like they are the either weakest or second weakest LATAM team on this list. They're good, but they just haven't won anything yet. They haven't proven themselves, but they're good and they are a force to be reckoned with. And they are going to give a fight once they get taken out. Like, they're going to give a fight. They're not going to go down easy. Unless they're versing a team like Daewon Kia, maybe they'll go down easy. But other than that, I don't really... Maybe FaZe, NIP, they can take them out. But most of these teams, I feel like Furia can really put a fight against them. Next is Rogue. Rogue is just a wild card, so I want to put them in the middle. They can either do really good this tournament, like I said. They made it the semifinals in Sweden, which was the last major, or I think it was Sweden. I don't remember. But they can either do really good or really bad. They went from like 4th place to last place to like 3rd place. All right. The next team in the middle of the pack that I think that could do, they're in the middle of the pack. I think they can do good, but I don't know, not quite as far as some of these other teams. I'm going to put probably Oxygen. Oxygen, they've got potential. I think they might do better than TSM or just as good as them. Just like TSM, they haven't really been showing or proving themselves in international competition. Neither of them, or both of them, missed one of the majors, and then the other major, they were missing one of their players because of COVID, and they weren't able to prove themselves. And so I'm just going to put them here. I don't really know what they can do, but I feel like they can do really good. Just not as good as Space Station. Next on this list, sadly, I'm putting TSM, my favorite team. I don't know, they've got a really good roster. Bolo's on there. Achieved. They're just absolutely dominating right now. Top 50 players actually in this tournament. They've got Gio, who's really good at clutching. Chala, I feel like he's fallen off a little bit, but hopefully this tournament he'll do good. And then Merc hasn't been doing as good as he's normally been doing, so they put him in the IGL role, the in-game leader role. And I feel like that can be a really good thing or a really bad thing. We'll just have to see. I'm hoping they do better. I love TSM. I want them to do good here. Next team, I am going to put. Well, first we're getting the next category. I'm putting Team 1 here. This team won the Mexico Major. They beat some really good teams, but I just feel like they can't do it again. I feel like they're good, but I feel like that's just a one-time thing for now, at least. They could do better, but I'm just going to put them here for now. Next, this is rough. All of these teams left are good. I'm probably going to put Space Station. This is the last North American team. They're good. They've been the best team in North America in Stage 3 and I think Stage 2 as well. Or they were at least close. They were both really good. And as soon as they get in the playoffs in the majors, they got out in quarterfinals right away. And I'm hoping they can do better, represent North America farther in the tournament, but I don't think they can. So I'm putting them in the top 8. Also, 2 years ago, this team won SI, so that's something to look at. 3 of the same players, 2 new ones. Next team. I'm gonna put. I think. Ooh, I'm either gonna put BDS or Empire here, one of the two. I'm gonna BDS. Yes, they are more consistent in the EUL. They got first place, I'm pretty sure, twice in a row. At least twice in a row. And they do really good in international competition, but they just can't get through and win. They can't win the tournaments. They do good, but they just can't get farther enough. They've got Shaiko, who's just an amazing fragger. Everyday, amazing support player. They've got Renshiro, Refail, whatever. And lastly, Lems, who is their IGL, I'm pretty sure. Just absolutely solid lineup. Really good lineup of players. They just, I don't know. I'm hoping they do good this tournament. I'm sorry, but I don't want a LATAM team to win something again. They've already won 3 things in a row, at least, and I don't want them to do it again. Lastly, one more team. This is going to be rough. I think I have to put Empire here. I'm putting Empire. I just feel like these LATAM teams are really, really strong. Ninjas and Pajamas, in my opinion, their group stages are never that good, or they just don't go against really, really good teams. And I feel like they could do better. But once they get in the playoffs, they do amazing. They win everything and surprise me every single time. So I know they could win. They could win this all, but I have to put NIP in the top 4 and not the top 2. Not winning again. I'm sorry. They won last SI, and they were the runner-ups in the last major, but they got grouped in the Mexico major. But that's okay. I feel like that was just poor performance. They could do better, and they did do better. And I think they're going to do really good this tournament. Next year, last major winners, FaZe Clan. I feel like FaZe Clan is a really good team, and I don't know, just super solid lineup, and they finally got the win they've been working for this long time. And I don't know, they're just really good team. There's not much else to say. They're a solid team. I don't think they can do it back to back. It's really hard to win 2 events in a row. That leaves us with 2 teams, Liquid and Daewon Kia. Last 2 teams. They're gonna make it to the top 2. And Daewon Kia, oh my God, they surprised so many people, and they were 1 kill away from winning against FaZe in the semifinals last major and making it versus IP. Right. I have all the teams in their groups here, and I'm gonna rank from left to right which teams I think are better than the other ones. So left side being the better team and right side being the worst team. I think Elevate is the worst in these groups, and I think this is what I'm going to do. So the bottom, I think Sonics is the best out of all of them and could do better than the M&M. I think there's a really good chance. They haven't proven themselves in really any international competition, but they could definitely do it. I feel like they can do better than Sandbox, and I think they can do better than M&M. It's just I don't know. It's just a gut feeling. I feel like M&M can do better, and Sandbox. I kind of want to switch Sandbox and Sonics. I really want to do that. No, I'm not going to do it. APAC, I don't want all 3 APAC teams getting eliminated. Yeah. Well, Sonics have really good potential, and this is just what I'm ranking them. Cyclops really aggressive, but they're in the group of death. Navi just need to prove themselves. Same with Elevate. There's no competition with them. Like, they don't have any international competition, so I don't know how they're gonna do. The next early exit group, I'm gonna put Dark Zero on the top. I'm gonna put MIBR second. Well, no, I'm gonna put MIBR first. They're a LATAM team. Dark Zero Sandbox, and then, yep, this is about right. M&M haven't been in international competition as a full team, like, ever, besides these, like, last 2 months. Sandbox, oh no, not even, M&M has no international competition. Sandbox, they're just really good. I feel like they have potential of being up in the middle of the pack. Dark Zero, they're good. They can replace TSM. I feel like they can replace Oxygen. I feel like more TSM. Then MIBR, weakest of LATAM teams in my opinion. They're good though because they're LATAM, so I'm just putting them there. This next group, I'm gonna put Oxygen in the front. Then TSM I'm gonna just put in the front because that's bias. This is what I'm doing. Furia, second weakest LATAM team in my opinion. I feel like they could do better, but they could do worse. And I feel like the teams above them, maybe not in this group, but the teams above them in the other groups are all better. And I feel like the teams in this group could be better. Could be. Oxygen, solid lineup, but we'll see international competition. Same with TSM. We haven't seen their full potential yet. And then Rogue could do top 4, or they can go out in groups. That it's just a wild card. Now it's the top 8. Now I gotta choose the top 8. Oof, this is a rough one. This is a really rough one. This Team 1 is really, really good. I feel like Space Station can be Empire. I mean, they already did. I think this is it. BDS. Let's start from Team 1. Team 1, they won a major. They're LATAM. They're really good. They're really, really good, and that's all I want to say. BDS. They're BDS. They're solid. They're really good, and that's all I gotta say. I feel like Empire can beat BDS, but I feel like Space Station would beat Empire. And then BDS versus Space Station, that'd just be a solid matchup. I don't know who would win that. I feel like I said, Space Station better than Empire. Honestly, it could be anyone can win these. Team 1 could be out in the middle of the pack. Sphere can do better than them. Anyone can do better. But this is just what I think. Finally, top 4. Ninjas in Pajamas or FaZe Clan. I'm gonna put FaZe Clan in front of Ninjas in Pajamas. I feel like all the teams below Ninjas in Pajamas, they'd beat all of them. Maybe not Empire, maybe not Team 1, but I feel like they'd be able to beat all of the other ones. They're a really good team, but FaZe Clan, they've already proved that they've been able to beat Ninjas in Pajamas last major in the grand final. They beat them in a best of 5. So this is just what I'm putting for that. FaZe, they're really good, like I said. They won last major. I just feel like it's really hard to do it twice in a row. Lastly, the grand final. This lineup, the Liquid versus Damwon Gaming, this would be absolutely amazing to see, and I really want to see this in the grand final. This would be so fun to watch in the grand final. Liquid is an amazing team. Two of the best duo fragging, just two best duo fraggers in the league pretty much. But in Yas and Damwon Kia, best fragger, the best rated player in the entire tournament right now. The best rated. This is a pretty new team. This is their first SI together, Damwon Kia, and I don't know, just really solid team. They've proven themselves. First stage, not so well. Second stage, made the major. They beat NIP and G2 and made it to the quarterfinals versus Liquid and got absolutely destroyed. But that was a long time ago. Next event, next major, they were first in their group, and they had the group of death. It was Damwon Kia, Empire, SSG, and Furia. Furia got last. They were able to beat every team at least once, and they made it to the quarterfinals. They versed, I don't know who they versed. Oh yeah, they versed Sandbox Gaming, and they beat Sandbox 2-0 on maps. One of them was close, one of them was not close at all. And then they lost FaZe Clan 2-1 in maps. Lost the last round in overtime. It was such a good matchup, and I really have faith for Demakia. Then Liquid, runner-ups at SI, quarterfinalists, semifinalist for the Mexico Major, lost to Team 1, who ended up winning the tournament. Didn't make it to the next major, and now they won the Brazil, which is LATAM, finals. They beat all the teams that were necessary, and won everything. I think they're going to be really good. They switched out Sexy Cake and Moringa. They took them out and put in 2 newer players for their team, Resets and Ask. Apparently they're really good, and I've watched a few of their games. They look pretty good, but not as good as Palu, PSK, and Nesk, in my opinion. Those 3 are just phenomenal. This would be the best game, in my opinion, and there's no map advantage in the grand final. Best of 5. Who do I think will win? I think Liquid end up losing 3-2. Demakia wins the tournament. That's what I believe. Demakia, first ever APAC win for anything. It's an SI versus Liquid. Liquid fall short 2 years in a row. That's what I think. That's my predictions. Put any comments what you think will win SI, and see you on the next video.